to Fortnite, to Fortnite, to Fortnite. We're going back to Fortnite to have a good time. Welcome back to the DawnCast, everybody. Episode 22. I'm your host. I don't know what my name is because there's like 20 of them. But we're here today with our good friend Glaz and the returning Derple.
Hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, the British invasion in the house. This is how we do it, boys.
Ruling the party today.
Yeah, they're kicking me back out. They're like, get out of here, you dumb American. I'm like, where? So today we're going to cover some influencer news. I mean, like, it's just, you know, good topic, very topical. Plus it's some influencers, like, that I think everybody's familiar with. One of them has more, I think, more of a impact in the world of like I guess you could call it a hobby of ours, or like something the three of us are all interested in. So that's more where that one comes from. But the first one we want to talk about is Mr. Beast, and just like the overall unnecessary controversy he constantly is in. Like, it's just like people just try to cancel the guy. There's not even ever
anymore.
Yeah, you can't be nice, and everybody just, like, it's like because he doesn't do anything bad, people just try to find a reason because everyone else is so easy to cancel that it's like, well, there's got to be something. It's like, dude, like, you ever just believe somebody's just, like, a good person? Like, it does happen.
Yeah.
Try not to cancel Mr. Beast and
Like,
Possible
Mr.
Edition.
Beast is definitely a rare breed of YouTuber. You don't really see many that are like him on the platform.
Fuck.
Oh.
I thought I had my shotty out. That guy's like one tap, probably.
That
He
is
was
Mr.
mean,
Beast's fault, if you ask me.
I got stream sniped. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, just like that thing with the hide and seek thing, like, that was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, we're really gonna get mad at this man for
Want
this.
to be angry.
Like, I'm gonna get mad at you because you didn't make me look good on a hide and seek game that was part of a reality show, and like, I feel like it was probably implied that like it wasn't all gonna be like, I wouldn't call his videos faked, but like, everyone knows reality shows never do anything exactly the way they like are shot, you know.
Yeah.
And I would think his games are more in the like territory of like a reality show and less of like an actual like sporting contest. I feel like if he wanted to do that, he would just promote boxing fights like everybody else.
Also,
you know what I mean?
He's
the way
definitely
you're
stuck to
gonna
his
edit the
unique way.
videos isn't gonna be to like make someone look necessarily good. It's gonna to be making like the whole thing look interesting and good for the viewer to watch.
Damn, that's the dude that killed me. He's good.
Yeah, bloody carnage.
Run and grab the card in his rift.
No, see you, suckers!
Dude, what a hero.
I feel like most haters on his page have all, at least like 3 years ago, commented on his page, Mr. Beast, please choose me, Mr. Beast, can I have $100, Mr. Beast, please help me.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. It's all people that are like, it's almost the
Jealous.
people that are just like jealous or salty that they don't get an opportunity, or like, you know, it's either he didn't choose them or they wanted whatever he was giving to other people, or it's the sense of like they're mad because they're not where he is. It's kind of and I'm not comparing the two individuals as people because like obviously they're vastly different, but it's kind of like the people that like would just blindly hate on Ninja when he got famous for Fortnite. They like, even though they didn't watch his content or anything, and it's like, you're just mad because he got famous off Fortnite. That's literally what you're mad about.
And the thing
like,
is,
100%.
everyone's gonna want his position and the position of anyone that's in like a good spot on YouTube, like them people.
No,
I
yeah.
don't think it's even possible to name a single celebrity that hasn't been hated on, even if they're just completely genuine. It's just the way media is.
No, exactly. I'm trying to think of somebody, and I don't know anybody that, like, I guess...
There's a name that we'll be mentioning later. That'd be a good blending point. Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Logan
Who's
Paul's
also in
exact...
that
Kind
project
of...
running?
It's kind of their night and day, almost, if you think about the two guys, like...
Yeah.
Like, in the way they handle their audience, and that's not, like, because I try my best to always say that, like, I'm not throwing shade at anybody either, so when I say things about Logan Paul, like, I'm not because the thing is, like, I know why he
There's
has
some
his
minis in here for you guys
criticism,
as well.
but like at the same time, like, it's the same thing with like a lot of those kind of creators. Like, I just like if I don't agree with what they do, I just don't watch their content instead of sitting there and complaining about them.
Yeah,
like,
if it like bothers you really like that much.
yeah, because like that's where they make their money. So if someone bought, like, I'm not gonna sit there and trash someone on the internet though. That just doesn't
Makes sense.
make sense
But
when
if
you
it
can.
makes them money.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just you're just promoting a name, even if you're as small as we are. If it's someone that doesn't know who he is and you say his name, and that's again because I'm not throwing shade at.
Attraction.
No, yeah, and again because like I don't know how to say it, but like I guess like it's mainly his stuff he's done in WWE that just like I've gotten a small amount of respect for him like as a wrestler. So
Yeah.
I don't like outright hate him. I think if he would maybe just stick to stuff like he's doing with WWE, he could do a lot better because, you know, but
I definitely don't like the things he's done, but I'll give him the credit he deserves of the fact that he's great in that ring.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what people fail to do. They can't defer his in-ring ability to who he is.
And I just
Yeah.
think, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, he's done some shady stuff, but there's, like, definitely worse people on YouTube. That's not to
Oh,
excuse
yeah.
what he did, but, like, there's definitely worse things people have and do on YouTube. And, like,
No
his
one
stuff
will
is,
bat an eye.
like, yeah, and, like, a lot of people get away with it or it gets forgotten, and he's, like, held to this insane standard a lot of the time. But yeah, like Mr. Beast, I don't get the unnecessary hate or the like. It's like people want to try and make a name off being the one to get him canceled. It's like an Undertaker streak thing almost. This guy is an idiot up here on this hill.
Yeah. He shot me as well, but missed every shot.
I made a bit of a mistake earlier. I was meant to be popping minis out for a stink bomb at myself.
He might be able to go to his team. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, his teammate's coming down.
But yeah, anyway, Mr. Beast, it's just, he is like just an...
21, 21.
Just a good Samaritan. He isn't... Obviously he makes business of helping people, but he's still
Yeah.
helping people, so...
Like, he
And it-
makes tons of money doing these videos to give tons of money away anyway the next month.
Well, and that's what a lot of people don't get is they'll be like, oh, well, why doesn't he do it but just not make the videos? And it's like, well, where do you think all the money for the, like, charity comes from?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't just have money. Like, I mean, he does now,
Like,
but you know what I
he'll
mean?
spend, like, what, 2 million on videos like a month, and then next month perhaps double it and spend 4. Because he'll spend all the money he makes trying to make the next set of videos as good as possible and make as much money to make as many more.
And, like,
he
because
can.
he genuinely is trying to just help people, and I don't see the problem there. Like,
Yeah.
he might make money off the videos, but he's not making money. And all those people, like, at the end of the day, what people seem to forget is those people also have to agree to be in the video.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just put somebody out because they could sue him if they didn't agree to it. So, like,
Exactly.
it's like, obviously, if those people don't have a problem with the situation, why are people getting mad about it? Like,
It just comes down to the point of what you said earlier, of they want to be in their position.
their position, or they want to be the guy to, like I said, to, like, just take him down and be like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm the one that, like, got Mr. Beast canceled. And it's just like, well, why,
treat him
though?
like
Like,
a endgame boss.
yeah, he's like an endgame boss. Like, they act like it's like a thing. If you're the one that does it, you, like, get something. It's like, really, why do we want to cancel people? Especially people who really don't do
Especially
anything
someone
wrong.
who's really trying to do something good
Yeah.
for everyone.
Like,
I mean, he
someone
got
who,
hated on for trying to, like, help people with, like, blindness at one point.
oh, he's still getting hate for that. And then I think he tried to help deaf people recently, and the same
Yeah.
crap happened. Oh, you're trying to help people? No.
You're not
I'm
gonna
not
let them hear again? How dare you?
I'm not going to look at the bigger picture of their life being better. I'm going to complain about what more or less you could have done. Even though I'm not in a position
But
to
you
even,
see, you bought his mum a car, but not my mum.
yeah,
That's just criminal.
like, even though I'm not in a position to even do anything close to the stuff you do, but I'm going to tell you how you should use your money.
I also saw, like, a couple people, like, you remember when he done the different, traps, right? And they had to get through the different mini games, and one of them was, the lasers. and you had the wall that was coming down, right?
Yeah.
Like, some people were also trying to blame Mr. Beast for the fact that the door almost crushed the like, not the fan, the contestant. It's like, he literally asked how long it would take because he was gonna do it. They don't build the sets planning for certain things, they build the sets expecting people to just sneak their way through the lasers, not jump through and slide under a door.
Yeah, I think people like need to relax on that sometimes, and that's one of those things. It's like it's probably like it was a small oversight, and all they have to do is go and adjust the event thing, and as long as nobody got hurt and they fix whatever the safety problem is, it's like
he's literally said to Mr. Beast, how long is it going to take to shot? He said about a second, and he jumped straight through the laser and rolled under the door through his own free will. He didn't even say what he was going to do.
Yeah, I don't get people like that. It's just, it's like unnecessary complaining.
So he knew he had about a second to get through that door, or he was potentially going to get crushed.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
If the person called it out, then yeah, I don't get it. Like, you're literally just complaining to complain at that point. I got a guy up ahead, I don't have a snipe though.
People really want to try find something about, but like just can't. There's nothing bad that ever appears for him.
Like, he's just a genuinely good person and people can't handle that, and it's kind of ridiculous.
But I think we all know if it was any other YouTuber, the chances are it probably wouldn't be as good as what Mr. Beast is doing, because it would be more not.
Well, the thing is it's like he does the thing, and yeah, he makes a video of it, but he doesn't. I don't think he necessarily makes the video. Like, it's not the same as those people who pretend that they care about homeless people, so they buy like a homeless guy a sandwich and make a YouTube video for like sympathy clout or whatever. Like, I feel like it's completely different from that, because he's generally just trying to help. What happened?
I said I agree, sorry.
No, yeah, you're good. Oh my god, there's like 50 teams here. Oh. Why they all target me, yo? But yeah, no, like, it's ridiculous.
Bro, their aim is ridiculous.
Glaz, run to me and use this. Just use it and get out of here.
If they finish doing, I'm gonna grab his card. We stopped them, we had to get in the rift to go off.
Yeah, they couldn't go in the rift either, so you're free, just get out of there. He grabbed my card so he could revive me too.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Good work, team.
Oh, that was a really good play by you, Dawn.
But yeah, they I just think people need to stop trying to cancel people all the time, like
cancel culture is annoying.
Oh my god, I got smashed.
Like, being over cancel culture. I mean, there are people that need to get... Is that an Elder Scrolls backbling? That's really cool.
Yeah, what is that?
I'm pretty sure that's the 3 dragons from, like, ESO or whatever, that, like, eating each other. Yeah, that's really cool. But, like, the cancel culture stuff is annoying, and then on top of it, you're trying to cancel a guy who's, like, who doesn't need to be canceled, like...
Yeah.
It's not like he's out here being J-Station or something, like...
God, no one better be J-Station again, please.
We let that guy go for years and didn't cancel him, and like, before we can... And then like, Mr. Beast does something nice, cancel him! Oh, like... It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, everyone just went, oh, that's J-Station being an idiot for children. And just let him be.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Haters gonna hate.
Pretty much, haters are just gonna hate.
And we're probably gonna see this sort of drama with Mr. Beast, like, till the end of his YouTube career.
or until the
No.
climate changes in YouTube and people stop being that way. Because he definitely doesn't deserve like all the unnecessary criticism. Like, especially when you have like actual bad actors and bad content creators out there.
Like those public pranksters that just go to like a McDonald's and just make every worker's day 10 times harder.
Like public pranksters, all those IRL streamers that went to Japan.
Oh yeah, like
I've seen a lot of
Johnny Somali.
What was his name?
And
Something. Yeah. And then you also had that what was his name? That Mizzy person who got on the news for
let's
doing
not talk about
pranks
Mizzy.
and that. Well.
yeah, you guys had a
so
really,
irritating.
you guys over there had like a really bad like thing with that too. It was more UK than anything, where you guys had just these awful prank streamers.
And they just pretty much go unpunished, everything they do.
And it wasn't like the things they did weren't even pranks, it was just crimes. Like, I'm
Like,
gonna do a
like,
crime
one of
and then
people's
say it's a
houses.
prank.
Attacked some dude in the street, didn't he? And like literally just jumped, like grabbed them and jumped over their heads and whatnot.
Yeah, he
Got
like
in a lot of trouble
leapfrogged a guy in the street, and then he also stole that lady's dog. He walked into somebody's
for it.
house.
That one was meant to be fake, apparently. The dog
No,
one.
his
I don't
excuse
know
was
about that.
he gave the dog back afterwards. But regardless, that lady's only like attachment to another living being could be that dog. So you just like put a lady through insane amounts of distress for what?
You just traumatized that lady, like, for literally clout.
Never gonna want to take that dog out again.
And then, like, I'm not trying to sound like this, but he's like, those guys are mainly TikTokers. And it's not that you can't make money off TikTok, but with TikTok, your money doesn't come off, like, the views. It mainly comes off of getting sponsors after you get a lot of views.
Yep.
And, like, no one's going to sponsor that content. So how do you
Which is
expect to...
unfortunate for him in terms of like a business plan, but it's his own fault. You know.
It's like, what are you trying to do there? You're not going to...
They'd launch it if anyone wants it.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that someone like Mr. Beast gets more hate than someone like Mizzy.
No, it really is.
People let him off the hook for whatever reason. Whereas Mr. Beast, he can't seem to catch a break. I think one of cancel culture's like biggest problems is there's a lot of people in there that don't want to believe someone is genuinely doing good, and they just want
Squad
to
wipe.
keep poking holes until something bad eventually does happen or pop up.
Well, and
That's
it's
what's
just...
going to be people who hate on him for everything, and then say one day he does have even the most minor of slip-ups. I'm like, I told you from the start, he's a terrible guy. Millions donated to charity and different projects. No, it's all wrong.
Because of
He
one
done it all
thing.
for views. And that.
Well, and like...
That's what they'll say.
Yeah, no, he is put on like a high pedestal for like, and I mean by pedestal, I don't necessarily just mean in a good way. It's also in like a bad way, because people put him so high up, and then it's like he's not allowed to do anything, or people just get mad about it. Like
I know he's like in a gated area now, and but that's only because of like a lot of people come into like his house and that. He only really wanted to live in like a small like standard house as a normal.
Well,
person.
regardless of that anyway, he's earning a lot of money and still giving away a lot of money. So with the money he makes, he literally has the free will to do what he wants with it.
He does.
Buying yourself a house is not controversial at all.
no, especially like when you compare him to other people with a lot of money.
Doesn't he have more subs than PewDiePie?
He might at this
Across
point.
all of his channels, he's nearing 200 million subscribers.
He might have beaten
He's not.
Pewds.
See,
But I think
he's
Pewds is at the point where he
terrible
doesn't care
person.
about being number one anyway. Like, I think PewDiePie's gotten to a
Yeah.
point where he just doesn't care about that anymore. Like, not that he like doesn't care, but you know what I mean. Like, he's not as like bothered by it because he's in a very
His legacy's set in stone.
yeah, and he's in a very comfortable position.
It's insane to think he has almost like 200 million subs, though, Mr. Beast, across everything.
I mean, the guy is like the content genius. I mean, it sucks how much he has to work.
he literally uploads all his main channel content on other channels, paying actors to dub over it in like Spanish or whatever language, like he does on like these different channels as well for other audiences.
No, yeah. But he basically said in an interview, all he does is he like pretty much lives at his studio almost, because he just spends all his time doing content.
Literally, where he does like his like sets for the YouTube recordings near his house, he literally had an entire massive food bank that was like filled to the brim with like food and whatnot, so he can feed all the contestants.
I believe it, yeah.
But he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
I hate him.
But he treats his like guests better than most people in like on like big time TV talk shows get treated.
What the hell? He's giving accommodation. He's doing that to make me look bad.
He gets massive like near his house. He gets a massive food bank specifically for them. But you know, terrible person.
Oh, he's treating those people like they're people.
Oh God, Storm.
He's doing it to spite me. That's literally their logic. They act like everything he does.
The people who get mad that they aren't the person in his game show, they're probably sat at home, like not really doing anything, being like, I deserve to be there. Why am I not there? I deserve it.
Yeah, or you know. Well, and it's always easy for people like that to say like what he should do because they're not him. It's just like they're probably the ones that say like, oh, he should make this content, and it's like, no, he should just do whatever he does, and if you want that content,
he's doing
you make
something
it.
right, so he shouldn't listen to you. Like, why should he listen to some random YouTube like viewer that isn't in his position or doesn't deal with probably anywhere near the amount of like stress and like work as he has to do setting up all of these videos?
Or just talking, you can tell they're talking from like optimal levels of the salt mine, like they're just salty and that's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people just need to leave the guy alone if like he genuinely hasn't done anything. Like, worry about the creators that do like bad things, you know. And like, you know, we're like
90.
Stop letting these like bad actors off the hook and like trying to just go after somebody who's genuinely a good like person.
Damn, I'm doing so bad this game.
Not like he's gonna have to go out and make some, you know, like, I'm just saying, like, there's people out there making ukulele apologies you could be focusing on, and you're worrying about a guy who's actually nice to people. Let's say, fa.
Damn it!
I'll come back for you, don't worry.
Lads, I can res you from under the water. I can't. I need to get away because I don't want him to have this chug jug.
There's more than one team there, that's the problem.
Yeah, luckily we're in Loot Lake and we're getting a lot of cover from the water.
Alright, well, I think that's a good spot to transition now to, like, probably the polar opposite of Mr. Beast, another big creator who I think in the last few like months or so has actually kind of done better in some ways.
Shown his worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skilled wrestler, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. Recently became a US champ.
Did a good catch on Ray. Stop preventing an injury.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was scary. But
that
we're
was
talking
out
about
of selflessness.
Yeah. We are talking about Mr. Logan Paul. The man who just a couple months ago was like getting roasted left and right, and then I think he put a stop to that in a boxing.
I mean, in all fairness, the person he faced shouldn't ever step in any sort of combat sport ring again.
No, he really shouldn't. That was embarrassing.
And he still continues to talk his
At the end of the day, I think he should be embarrassed with himself, considering he's in a fight game and he's there to fight and entertain. He done neither of which on the night. Whereas
That's
Logan
not the only
actually
successor of Logan Paul. His in-ring abilities, he's obviously got prime hydration, which is massive.
Yeah.
He's a very good businessman.
No, he isn't. He's a very good entertainer, too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's just a natural. But him being US champion right now is obviously
There's
massive.
some people who like hate on him, and because they just don't like him because of the previous controversies he's been in, they're like, why did WWE hire him, and like WWE should like fire him and whatnot based because of like what happened in his past, and that like, you know, he isn't worthy of getting second chances.
I think people, like, it was messed up, but at this point, if you're still dwelling on the Forrest thing, it's like, man, like, that was ages ago. It's still messed up, but, like, it's, like, you gotta give somebody a chance to redeem themselves.
And it's not a reason for nobody to turn around and fire him now, is it? It's not like he's gone and done it while working for them.
The crypto stuff that's being alleged, like, those things.
Impossible.
That, I'm just gonna say, like, that's like I think an ongoing thing, and I just like how do I put it? Like that's more recent, and I don't think that's okay. But I feel like that's gonna get handled in the courts anyway, so people should just let that be handled in the courts. Like,
yeah,
you know,
we get too involved.
Also, I do find it funny how they say like how WWE should fire him when it's like they're not going to, because he does something good for them at the end of the day, and they're not just gonna listen to some random mark on the internet who's like, I don't like him, so you know, WWE should fire him.
I think if he did like an actual, because everything he's done, I think a lot of it's technically civil crimes, which are ones you get sued for by the people you committed them against. You don't necessarily, like, if he does it right, he might end up having to pay some lawsuits, but I don't think he'll.
Yeah.
It's not like a jail time thing, if that makes sense. Like,
because I know if his crypto deal was something like supposedly one of the people working on it stole everything from him and his team. And there was nothing he could like really do.
Yeah, it was this whole thing. So like, it's, I don't even know if anything is going to come of all that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, I'm not saying if you know, obviously if people got scammed, that's not okay. But like, you also have to take into account that's like, for like, those people are the ones that have to handle that. Yeah. Showing outrage in the comments of a YouTube video or something is not going to like, it's not going to give them their money back.
Whole crypto is a big risk anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, crypto is
it's essentially just gambling.
You win some, you lose some at the end of the day.
I don't know. That one, people are like, like still up in arms about. I think like with him, he's done a lot. Like there are some things where it's like still a little questionable, you know, but
he's like easy to criticize and blame for things. Just because of his past, it's easy for people to like pick something out about him.
no, yeah, he's an easy
The
target.
unfortunate thing.
I'm just interested to see what storylines he gets as a US champion.
My thing is, I just
I want to
hope.
know his first feud is.
I'm pretty sure everyone's like, most people have said that they think he's going to end up feuding with LA Knight going into Mania, which is cool. Be a cool moment for LA Knight, but to me, it's just like that's still not a world title. I feel like LA Knight's going to be one of those guys who are just going to pretend he's too old and he's never going to be given the world title.
Yeah.
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 Walked into that one. It's definitely more than just a little random hype burst with him as well, because he's kept it going for a long time now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say he's debatably more over than Cody heading into Mania.
Oh yeah, well, I'd say by a long while.
I do find it funny how, like, there's also a very odd fan, but some fans that go, you know, oh, he's just a worse Ziggler.
Same with LA Knight, he's used his hype to climb, and his hype's grown with him. With Cody, for example, he came into
He always came in
WrestleMania with
with
that
hype.
tip-top hype,
Yeah.
and then once you've reached that peak of hype, you've got to do something with it, otherwise it just goes down from there.
And they did. They had no intention of giving him that world title shot, like world title win against Roman, and whatnot. That,
And that's what they got to be careful with LA Knight, because as this hype grows and grows and grows, it's going to hit a peak, and then the only way
at the
down,
end of the day,
the only
at
way
some
is down.
point, it's going to just stop because the fans are going to just be like, well, why should I care anymore?
No, yeah, it's
You
that thing
know.
I was talking about on the last episode where it's kind of the Braun Strowman effect.
Yeah.
Where like they wait too long to pull the trigger on him, and by the time he wins the title, it's like, well, he lost so many times and stuff. I don't even care anymore.
Like by the time we got to Braun versus like Bray and whatnot with the world belt and whatnot, I was just like, why?
No,
Like,
yeah,
why?
should have just had him win it when he was the unstoppable monster, and like had him go over Brock and all
Yeah,
those
our team
people.
destroying Roman like almost every single week. I'm feuding with Brock.
But yeah, I agree. Like with the LA Knight sentiment, they really do need to do something, and I don't think a mid card belt is it. Like,
100%.
Fans need to push this like they did the Bryan situation. I think you've said that before. Not maybe on the cast, but
no, yeah. I would like to see back to Logan Paul. I would like to see. I know him and Cody could actually be an interesting feud.
I kind of wouldn't mind seeing him and Grayson Waller either.
The only thing is, how do you
I
write
think
that?
they're too similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you write that, Dribble? Because they're very similar, and I don't think you could really turn Grayson Waller face. Like, you could, but I think it's too early.
He's in a peak heel moment, especially right now.
I feel like Cody would
Yeah.
actually be the best foil for Logan, especially if you have Logan go over.
The Raw or
That, or maybe have Jay and Logan go at it.
That could be cool.
Something fresh.
And it'd actually be something decent for Jay to do as like a single star, as I feel like they're probably not gonna, at least not right now with Roman being champ and that, like push him to be like a major like main event.
I wouldn't even mind Logan keeping the belt for a while, as long as he's an active champion.
Yeah.
I want that belt to feel somewhat prestige.
Yeah, because
IC is so clear of the US.
Even if like
thanks to Gunther.
he's not here every week, but he's always defending his belt, you know, at pay-per-views and whatnot. Or like pay-per-views he can't make it to, you have like the odd weekly
But
event.
okay, hold on. The only thing I want to say about that, and I'm not disagreeing, is they also have to be careful not to go into the Bianca Belair territory of like, hey, we have this champion, and they're going to be a fighting champion and be at every event, but none of their matches have any storyline ever. It's just matches all the time.
We need stories with all of them.
Like, the build-up will be like a 2-week build-up, so it's like, I remember she'd like fight Bayley at a pay-per-view, and it's like, oh, why are they facing? Because Bayley interfered on her Raw match 2 weeks ago. Oh, well, that's a great reason for them to be having a title match.
It's a good reason to want to fight Bayley for payback, but not a match for the world title.
It's like changing the Royal Rumble to an event where all 30 guys have to stand in a room, and the first one to make it out the door is the winner. Like...
I wouldn't even mind a smaller name winning the US belt either, to be honest. Or not winning it, sorry, but being in a feud with it.
No, because you can use it to elevate a star as well.
Yeah, because Logan Paul's just a name.
That's exactly
like,
what they used to do with the IC belt back when people like Orton and that held it. They used that to elevate said superstar.
Well, I think they've been doing that. Like, because if you look at Gunther, it's not just been him.
Yeah.
Like, you look at his stuff with Gable, like that elevated Gable to a point where now people are like hoping that guy wins the IC title. You know what I mean? And like a year or two ago, nobody would have been like, "Oh, Chad Gable." Well, like there were people, but it wasn't as nearly as like.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as big. I was definitely a massive Gable fan. You would have heard like a lot of people say, "Oh, I think Owens and Gable deserve getting the tag team titles," but never like a perhaps maybe world or like an IC belt like thing being screamed for.
It's even elevating, obviously the people around them, not even the people they're fighting. Like Ludwig Kaiser, he's massive.
Yeah.
And with this whole DIY feud, Imperium and whatnot is just going to go even bigger than what they already are. With whether it's momentum, everything. You know?
The only thing with that is I feel like that should be for the tag belts. Why is that feud not for the tag belts?
I don't know, to be fair.
Like, why did we take the belts off Judgment Day just to give them back 2 weeks later? I hate when they do that. They do a title swap just for the sake of, like, changing the champions back 2 weeks later. And it was like, so there's really just no point. It was just a pop a rating.
Yeah. Something else I hate, is something I feel like they're about to do again, is they do this whole draft and then it never means anything. And it's like, just don't give us a draft. Just let
or just stick to it, like make a rule like they did in the first, when they did the first ever draft, where like if you show up on the other show, you automatically, there's like 3 guys in front of me, you automatically get suspended or something. That way there's like repercussions, because it's also one of those things that's kind of like when they do the like the draft right before a Survivor Series, and then they'll have like
one more.
They'll have like the can you hold still? They'll have like the people like recently got drafted like want to go and like defend the show that they just got drafted to, and it's like, what? Why do you have such brand loyalty to a show you just showed up to 2 weeks ago? Like. But yeah,
another thing is because they do it with every single draft, it feels like now, and the draft is sort of there to try and bring in more momentum. I get it for like around Survivor Series, because obviously the brand warfare, whatever, but like any other time of the year, it shouldn't be happening.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the Logan Paul run will be fairly interesting, because I think he actually takes his WWE stuff pretty seriously, so I don't think he's gonna just, you know.
When I watch his matches, I definitely feel as though he puts his all into it, and
yeah, when I watch him, I don't see him as Logan Paul the YouTuber, I see him as Logan Paul the WWE wrestler.
Yeah,
because he definitely tries really hard when he's wrestling a match. And he is a good wrestler.
Called him out because like he one of his matches, he was like rehearsing it, and they were like, well, you know, we would have never gotten to rehearse matches like when we were wrestling, and like obviously a match is gonna be good if you can rehearse it and like have everything remembered and whatnot in the week's build up, and it's like this isn't your time, it's updated. Like they rehearse matches possibly because he wasn't in the company that long, and also
That's cap anyway, because you know the Ricky Steamboat Macho Man match.
Mhm.
You know Ricky Steamboat hates that fucking match, or like hates talking about it. Do you know why?
Why?
Because for the entire month before Mania, Macho Man had a ring set up at his house, and he made Ricky Steamboat come to his house pretty much every day and rehearse the match with him. That's why the match is so perfect, because they wrestled the match 30 times before they wrestled it.
Hmm.
And that comes from Ric Flair in his book. I have his book, and he literally says that, like, yeah, so that for the
I didn't know that, to be fair.
any of those old school stars to be like, oh, we didn't rehearse our stuff. It's like, you did. A lot of you guys did. Don't. Yeah, maybe when you worked a show on the fly and you didn't know who you were wrestling, but don't tell me if you had a big event ahead, you had like just no idea what was going on going into it. Like, don't give me that
And it was
crap.
just called in the match on the fly, like, because it just weren't. They're not gonna leave that like a big marquee match for that.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what he does like in wrestling.
Yeah.
His stuff outside of wrestling, I can't really speak on. Like, I mean, if he beats up another bully,
other than, like the odd boxing match, I'm pretty sure he just does his impulsive like podcast, and that's about it.
Which is actually a positive even on WWE side, because he gets a lot of superstars and legends on
At the
that.
end of the day, his YouTube channel is where he brings in a lot of his fans that end up watching him in WWE. So the more he does his impulsives and like keeps his thing going, the better for his channel, the better for WWE.
his shield's broken. No, it's good for everybody
Nice.
involved. And it's good for the fans too, because we get some banger matches out of it. Like him and Ricochet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really
That was a
good
great
solid.
feud, by the way. There is actually potentially a chance that could be like the first feud for him. I think. Because there was that moment on Raw with Logan and Dom both being beat up by Ricochet. Right there.
Fuck, she wrecked me. Yeah, we're definitely going to see what happens with him there. I think if you like compare him to Mr. Beast, I would say they almost get an equal amount of hate, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. And they have an almost equal amount of people constantly trying to cancel them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy when you think about that. You have one who's like
Literally done nothing wrong in his career, whereas one
has had like a squeaky clean career, very generous, very kind, and then you have Logan Paul, who's had some controversies. I can't say, I don't know if he's ever donated to charity, so I'm not going to call him out and say he's not like generous or kind. I don't know. He might have, you know, he might do that. I'm not going to say I don't know, so I'm not going to call him out for something I don't know about or do, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the guy probably does donate some of that money to something, you know, but yeah, no, like, it's just crazy that the two of them, like, they get put almost in the same spot, and they're vastly different human beings and like creators.
Yeah.
And that's why at this year's WrestleMania, Triple H needs to book Mr. Beast versus Logan Paul for the U.S.
Oh my
title.
God.
Whoever loses can get hated on.
Winner gets
Oh,
the belt,
wow.
loser loses his channel. Oh! Book it, Trips.
Sounds like a Vince McMahon decision. More than a Triple H.
Okay, well, if you've been paying attention to the news, I'm pretty sure, like, they booted Vince completely, so...
Yeah, I think he's got like 0.1% creative control.
He's, like, out of creative completely, I think, now. Yeah, it's like 0.1%. They got, like, he...
I think it's a good thing. Like, I get he doesn't want to like be out of it because like it's his company and whatnot. But like, he's just not with it
Dribble?
now, like he used to be.
Turbo?
Yeah.
That is now Endeavor's company. He does not own it anymore. He stupidly
Sold it
off.
for 13.7 billion or something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The company
they're
that
the same
owned
people that
own UFC.
I thought it was I didn't think it was like a full thing. I thought it was like a like.
No, they
thing.
own WWE now.
Oh.
And they basically put Triple H in charge, like, recently of creative. Because they got, I don't know what happened, but
I
like...
thought it was only going to be like a co-ownership thing where it's going to still be partially like Vince and whatnot.
No, he could try to get it so that he could sell it to them, but they would leave him on as head of, like, creative and all that, like, basically still let him run the company. But I think they figured out some loophole and kicked him out.
Oh, wow.
I'm fine with that. Not just because of the awful stuff he did, but like he literally is just toxic for the company. He's not good for it. People need to get out of the mindset of like, oh, well, Vince knows what's best. He did, like in the 90s.
He did.
The 80s, early 2000s. And then about 2007, 2008, something happened and he just stopped knowing what he was doing. It's like what CM Punk said that one time. He would have been the greatest promoter of all time if he would have just admitted he was a wrestling promoter. But he tries everything in his power to not be that guy. He doesn't want to be a wrestling promoter.
And like,
but
yeah, it's also just Triple H has got the better booking for the fans that watch it now. And the better taste, unfortunately.
Because Triple H actually cares about wrestling. He's trying to make he cares about like the wrestling product. He's not trying to make this company that makes bad movies.
Quick buck.
Yeah, like
he's trying to do more professional wrestling than entertainment, but keeping it sports entertainment at the same time.
Well, he's keeping the brand of sports entertainment, but like he's taking it back to the roots instead of being like, hey, you know how we were a wrestling company? Let's just pretend that wasn't a thing and like pretend we're basically just like this multimedia like child's company.
I mean, I've actually started to enjoy a lot of the Raws recently.
It's been everything's been a lot better.
My time was in the UK from like 1 till 4, whereas before I'd just be like, I can't be asked to watch Raw. I don't want to watch this.
No, exactly. It's a much more refined show, I would say. There's actually cohesion to the stories and like...
And NXT's starting to get better than what it was.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels definitely runs it a lot better like than Vince and... Who was it? Like Kevin... Was it Kevin Dunn? Who was running that with Vince? Oh, it was Bruce Pritchard. I'm pretty sure it was Pritchard and Vince. Yeah,
of course it'd be Pritchard because that's one of Vince's like right hand men like in the company, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad the company's evolving in the right direction. There's like an bot or something over here in this golf cart.
Oh.
You see him? He like doesn't know. He's like trying to park it in the garage. Bro, what are you doing? I just cracked him for 117.
Oh, I just gave him a shock of his life.
Where were you running to? You chucked stink bombs at me.
What a legend.
Golf cart!
Did I get any of them?
Dude, what an assist.
Oh my god, I made him chase me in the rift.
Where is he?
Oh, bro, you took that. Yeah.
Oh, the blue pump. Oh, you can take it.
I want that one. Yeah, I wanted the blue pump because I killed him. It's the only reason I wanted it is because I'm the one that killed him. My god, a blinged out ass golf cart right here, boys. Check this out. Laz, get in the Gucci cart.
Damn.
I'm trying to get copyrighted here. Okay, Glaz, I have to ask you really quick. Hold on, I gotta get what's in there. What is your opinion of this season of Fortnite while we have you here, since we talked about it? Sorry to kind of go off the like wrestling stuff, but
Yeah,
as someone who's a returning player from this era when this was a thing,
I think it's an enjoyable one. A lot more than just nostalgic reasons. We're not just returning to the old map, we're returning to the old map with a more refined, complete game.
no, exactly. And then I think what that's why I think letting people pick or like having a way of doing different maps would be nice, because I do think these older maps, they do benefit from the newer gameplay style a little bit, because it's nice like just being able to vault up to locations, not having to build dumb ramps and stuff, and like...
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know about you two, but I feel like I'd be in the ballpark of one of the people who like have only this map selected, because I just don't really like many of the other like maps in comparison.
Unless I can
to
get
this
the
one.
original map, that will always be the best map. I don't care what there's people up ahead.
Like if they had all the maps
His
right,
partner went up
then
that hill part.
I'm playing season 2, season 1, season 2 map all day, every day.
Did you kill them both? I swear one ran away.
No, there was two of them there, I killed them both.
Oh, okay, I thought the other one was
Or they were
smart and ran
knocked,
off.
so someone could
If
have
they
ran
had
away.
every map available and you could choose between them for which one you want to play, like what one would you play?
I definitely play the like first few. Like the first one though is my favorite. Like the first Fortnite map. I know that's weird because like that map was kind of limited, but I just liked it. I think someone's at Loot Lake.
I
Yeah.
think
Like
we should have gone back to the first, because one thing with the first map
on
is
Loot
you
Lake
couldn't
Island?
build through things, and obviously, not like I said earlier, it's not with just returning to the old map. Returning to the old map with a more refined, complete game.
Damn it, I'm dead. I didn't realise he was on the roof. I got a knock, he jumped off and died in the water. That's jokes. He
What's it?
jumped off into the water to save himself. Couldn't get down to you.
Oh gosh.
Ah, what a battle.
But yeah,
That's funny though.
I have no issue returning to old places. It makes me kind of happy, because all the maps we've had since then, in my opinion, weren't as fun.
No, yeah, and there is the level of nostalgia, but you're right. Like this map, I don't know. I think it was better like balanced to the locations and stuff. Doesn't seem like they tried as hard to go like big with these maps. You know what I mean? And just put all these ridiculous locations and like.
I'm also happy with the way things have turned out with the OG season, because I was just really hoping it didn't turn out to go like really bad for them, and then people are like, oh well, only nostalgia was making me really like this now that I think about it. You know, and
No, yeah, you're right.
luckily it hasn't, and I'm really happy about that.
So far, nostalgia hasn't been the key.
Also, like, to me, I forgot how fun it was for it to be, for the game to not actually be so stupidly, like, fast-paced, trying to do so much build, and it's just, like, slower paced, like, you have to sort of play on this map.
A little more casual.
So, yeah. It's more casual and, like, slower paced.
You actually have to think out what you're gonna do. You can't just.
Unless you're in solos, because that they're just a different type of player.
Solos is just basically chess. You basically have to play chess on here if you're playing solos.
Like, some games are solos, like before the first storm cycle doesn't even finish, just put you down to like 20 players and it goes slow. It's like, great.
And hey, I would say this is arguably better than COD Modern Warfare 3's launch, so...
That's fair.
you know, $70 for a 2.5-hour campaign. I don't know why you would ever complain about that. Seems like you're getting your money's worth.
Well, I know my cousin pre-ordered it and whatnot, and he had it since he's had like the beta and that.
2.5 hour campaign, Dirtball.
Yeah.
There are like Game Boy Color games with longer campaigns.
Yeah, well, who plays the campaign anyway? So.
Bro, I feel so dumb. I played this map a million times and I didn't know there was a Jazz Jackrabbit Easter egg on this map until today. I feel so stupid. Yeah, do you know the game Jazz Jackrabbit for Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color?
No, but I've definitely heard of it, sort of thing.
Because in a few of the houses and stuff, there's a Jazz Jackrabbit poster, and I only realized what it was because I was like, oh, look at that, like, rabbit, that alien rabbit, and then I looked at it and it says Jazz, but then in that, like, Fortnite language, it's like a J and a bunch of other stuff. I was like, is that Jazz Jackrabbit? And I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure Epic made that game, and it was like an Easter egg and part of, like, an event at one point or something.
Insane, ain't it?
It's just crazy that I only found out about it like today.
And this map's like how many years old?
This is like the one from like 2018.
Yeah, 2018, like sort of thing. Like, I can't remember if it was early or late, but is there more? Just him.
Just he got knocked. Whoa.
Those were my nades.
It's crazy to me that like COD has a 2.5 hour campaign, and then you play something like Baldur's Gate 3, and they really think they're going to be able to stand up like for Game of the Year and stuff with a game like that.
Yes, it's just. I mean, I bought Modern Warfare 2.
Then I've done rockets, by the way, guys.
Yeah. For the sole reason of them saying they're not going to make a COD this year, they're going to have a gap year and just run out of DLC for Modern Warfare 2. Is it alright? Fair enough, it's a 2-year COD. I'll buy it. And now I'm just sat there, 70 quid
And Modern
down.
Warfare 3 is basically just a $70 DLC.
It's just ridiculous.
Because if you look, it's a lot of just reused shit from that game. It's all the same. It's like all the same kill streaks, everything. Like they didn't add anything at all.
Just a few more maps.
The worst part is they're not even going to change it and make like good CODs because people still just pre-order it and buy it anyway, knowing it's more than likely not going to be the greatest anyway. And they're just like, well, why would we care?
I think it makes it even worse. It's just not even new maps, it's maps remade from another COD. But it's just like, they've spent a whole year doing essentially nothing.
Yeah, they haven't even added any like new maps at all to the game, I heard, other than the old ones. That's all they've added.
Yes, they're all the original Modern Warfare 2 maps, just remastered.
But that's like so like lazy. Like you can add them in, but put in like a couple of new maps with it. You know.
It's funny like how hype COD used to be too. Like I remember like being excited to go home and play COD and like.
I love playing games like Black Ops 3, especially zombies on that game.
Yeah, now if you're like, hey, you want to play COD? It's like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you?
You're wasting that much money on a game that's just probably going to be bad anyway every year.
You suck.
Who done that? Oh, do you know something cool about these bushes, Dawn?
What's
If you
that?
have them on and someone chucks boogie bombs at you, they fail. And they just don't do anything.
Good thing you suck at throwing boogie bombs. Glaz, there's a big pot for you.
I appreciate it.
It's like the people who buy like sports games every year, but like the games get like. I'm sorry, I know like Glaz, you like them, but it's kind of like people who buy 2K basketball every year and then complain about how bad they are, and it's like, bro, then like.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not going to deny that.
Because I heard this year's 2K basketball was like almost as bad as WWE 2K20. That's what some people were saying. It was like
I've enjoyed it, but
I won't lie, that's difficult.
I
to
can
get
happily
to,
say sports games are just not worth the money you're paying for a very, very minor upgrade
Well,
every
and you
year
know,
for full
the
price.
reason you know Modern Warfare 2 is not good is because all those like usual publications that sit there and they'll glaze fucking COD. They were like, they were like, yeah, it's not really that good. And it's like, bro, when like you got like IGN and those kind of publications coming out and even like being like, it's not great. when they usually jump on the COD
Isn't IGN
ban.
like the easiest people to like make happy?
I don't know, man. There's a guy to my right over here. There's a couple guys. I don't know. They're the ones that complained about Omega Ruby and Sapphire for having quote unquote too much water. Granted, their game's about water Pokemon, but we're not gonna get into that today. Those are the dumbest things. 7 out of 10. Too much water. It's a game about water Pokemon. You know, like. Thank you. He kept stepping around so I couldn't shoot him. This dude knows he's gonna die, so he's just dancing. The dude knew he was gonna die, so he's just standing there dancing. Like, just kill me, bro.
My teammate's head, so I just sniped him.
Well, I was hitting that dude, and then he kept going back around, and he wouldn't pop out because I had hit him with the scoped AR, and I was like, bro, stop hiding. And then I guess he decided to pop out, but before I saw him, he just cracked, and I was like, all right.
Like, I only saw his ear, by the way, and I just sort of curved the shot to snipe him in the head.
Yeah, I think you got a nice kill on him, okay? He's probably crying. There's a guy in front of me, by the way.
I think there's a few people here.
He's a freaking
Oh, why
idiot.
do
He's
you have to
low.
move?
Oh, this Black Knight here. He's very low, he's popping a med kit, for God's sake.
Oh, the dude's one tap. Dirtball. Bro, get him before he heals. He's one tap. Behind you. Nades, 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 nades. You have your nades, bro. You can get them.
Shoot him at him.
I have rifts on my body. Oh, you might not be able to get to him. You have to kill him. That's the Jonesy that betrayed us that one game. Ah.
My thing didn't connect, man.
All right, so I don't know. Do you guys have any more things to touch on, or do you think you're good, or? I mean, I think we hit a lot of good points.
Yeah, that was a good broad
spectrum of things
landed on.
Exactly. Well, if you're joining us on Twitch in the live feeds or the replays, remember to leave a follow. And if you're catching this on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to comment and give us some ideas for episodes, feel free. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Yeah, see you guys. Say bye, Derple.
Bye.
Thanks for the roses.
Ice cream so good.